All right, guys, today we are learning about estimating differences. This is going to be in Google Slides for April 2nd, which is Thursday. This is also, the worksheets are going to be titled Lesson 1.8, Estimating Differences, okay? So this is all the same information that we've learned since last Wednesday on our Google Slides, but instead of addition, we're going to be starting with subtraction. So I am going to start with another way. We're going to be using place value to round. Okay, so I'm going to start 436 minus 387. Now, remember, same type of things that we learned from last week's videos and this week's videos, but now we are going to subtraction, so there's no more addition. We will get back to that after we get through the subtraction section. So remember, if it is written this way, we want to write it up and down. So we have 436 minus 387. Now, we want to, it says round to the nearest 10. And I really want to go over this because in our last videos, we've been rounding to the nearest 100. Now, we have practiced rounding to the nearest 10 before, but let's review this. So rounding to the nearest 10. So remember what your tens place is. So here's your 10 place. In 436, it is the 3. Well, remember, we go next door and look at that number, and that's a 6. Is a 6 above 5 or below 5? Correct, it is above. So we are going to round this 3 up. So keep your hundreds places same, and we round it to 440. Now, here's 387. We're looking at our tens place. We go to the number next door, which is a 7. A 7 is above a 5, so we're going to round up. So 387 will round to 390. Now, you can mentally add this in your head. So we have 0 plus 0. Remember, I always say if you have zeros or a 5 in your ones place, it is much easier for you to add mentally. Okay, 9 plus 4. Remember, I like to start with our larger number first when we're adding because then you can add quickly. So 9 plus 4, 9 is 13. 4 plus 3, 7 plus 1 is 8. So our estimated difference is 830, okay? So remember, you guys did this last week, so do not, and this week, do not get discouraged with it just being subtraction. You know how to do it. We're doing the exact same thing that we learned about estimating, but we are now subtracting. So let's do another one together. Let's go ahead and do 761 minus, remember we're doing subtraction instead of addition, 528. So we have 761 minus 528. Now, before we subtract, let's estimate. So, let's go ahead and estimate to the nearest 100. Okay, now I wanted to do the tens as a review. So now we're going to go back to estimating to the nearest 100. So here's our hundreds place, 7. And we look at our 6, which is above 5. So we change that 7 to an 8 and make it 800 because we are rounding to the nearest 100. Now, let's go to 528. We look at our hundreds place, we go next door to the 2. Is that 2 above 5 or below 5? This time it is below 5. So we keep that 5 the same and we make it 500. Remember, we are subtracting. So 0 minus 0 is easy peasy, 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 8 minus 5 is, correct, 3. So our estimation here is 300. So again, same concept as estimating as it was a few days ago, but now we are subtracting, okay? Let me see if we can do a couple more. I'm looking at some of the questions that you had on your worksheets. That way I try to give an example of all of them. Okay, so we have, it says, let's do 57 minus 21. Now, again, let's go ahead and estimate. So these are double-digit numbers, so we can only estimate to the nearest 10. So here we have 57. So look at your 5, that's in your tens place, and we go over to the 7. The 7 is above a 5. So you're going to be changing that 5 to a 6 and estimating it to be about 60. Now we have 21. Here is your tens place. We look at the number next door. That is a 1. So we know that that 2 is going to stay the same, and we get 20. Now, don't forget, we are subtracting, not adding. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay? That is just another example. Now, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to do a 3-digit number. That way, because it is giving you 2-digit and 3-digit numbers, so I want to make sure you know how to do both, which I know you do because you guys are very, very smart cookies. So, here we go. Let's do a 3-digit one. Let's do 936 minus 421. Okay? Now, remember, we are estimating. Okay? Let's go ahead and estimate to the nearest hundreds place. So here we have our hundreds place, which is 9. We look at the number next door, and that is a 3. That 3, is it above 5 or below 5? It is below 5. So that 9 is going to stay the same, and it's going to become 900. Okay, now we have 421. Look at your hundreds place. We have a 4. Look at the number next door. That is a 2. That 2 is below the number 5. So that 4 is going to stay the same, and it's going to become 400. Now remember, we are subtracting, not adding. So we have 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 9 minus 4, which is 5. So our estimated difference is 500. Okay? Now, try to do the word problems. If you are struggling with the word problems, it is okay. Do not worry. As long as you understand the concept and you're getting the other problems correct, that's a-okay. All I want you to do right now is understand the overall picture of this. Remember, it's giving us every tool to add and subtract mentally in our head, because I may learn this way and someone else may learn better on a number line. So it is giving us every example possible so that we can learn in the best way possible. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, again, this is estimating differences, and this is April 2nd for Google Slides. Okay, and I will be back tomorrow for Friday, woohoo, Friday, and I will be back to give you another video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.